transmissions detected.
Kill them all.
They rallied against ICE and the president in at least 15 cities from coast to coast. They don't like immigration picking up illegals. They're for the illegal aliens committing crimes. It's so confusing and dangerous.
We need to stop the raids. This should not be happening in our city. It is not warranted, and the only thing it does is contribute to chaos. This was chaos that was started at Washington, D.C. On Thursday, the city was peaceful. On Friday, it was not, because of the intervention of the federal government.
This is our city, and this was Mexico. You can't kick us out of the land that was ours.
These groups come in, that have nothing to do with these peaceful protesters, these poor, peaceful protesters.
The crowd have been demonstrating peacefully, but tonight there are still people setting off fireworks.
If you move law enforcement in there in the wrong way and turn what is just a bunch of people having fun watching cars burn into a massive confrontation.
All right, move on. Nothing to see here. Please disperse. Nothing to see here, please.
I left alone. My mind was blank. I needed time to think, to get the memories from my mind. What did I see? Can I believe that what I saw that night was real and not just fantasy? Just what I saw in my old dreams were the reflections of my Walkman staring back at me. 'Cause in my dreams, it's always there. The evil face that twists my mind and brings me to despair.
Republican Congressman Andy Biggs of the great state of Arizona, member of the House Oversight and Judiciary Committees, also a candidate for governor of Arizona. Great to see you today. So look,
Thanks, Harris.
This is spreading. I don't know if you could hear William LaJeunesse, but it's got some things about it that would say maybe some of these people are getting some help. What's your idea, or what are you learning on that aspect of it?
Well, we're learning that this isn't really organic, that this is highly coordinated, that there's money that's behind this. Some of it is federal grant money or California state grant money even that has gone to these organizations. They've turned around and used it to go after and create this actual rioting, and this it's not protesting anymore. This is absolutely rioting.
So what legally can be done? I mean, it seems like if they're going, it sounds like a misappropriation of funds. I'm sure it was never intended for that funding.
Yeah, I mean, obviously they're using the grant money other than it was intended, for sure. But you also have this notion of, are they getting people out and encouraging and fomenting the rioting? It looks like that maybe they are. And if they are, that would be aiding and abetting this kind of misconduct, which is criminal conduct. And aiding and abetting is also a criminal offense. And there might even be...
Oh, go ahead.
There might even be an opportunity to investigate them for conspiracy as well, because if they've organized this criminal enterprise, then that's conspiracy.
The LA County
police say that they have it under control.
These agents are the ones provoking protesters and also making up, aggression by these protesters that later video shows people were not aggressive.
Jesus Christ, great.
Back up! Back up! Fucking hurry! Back up! Get the fuck up! Back the fuck up!
And that's the other thing. They keep talking about our citizens. From what I see, the number of people waving Mexican flags and saying, F ICE and do all this, I don't think they're our citizens.
We are having an administration that's targeting peaceful protests, people that are there to protest. The president is sending the National Guard because he doesn't like the scenes. He doesn't like the scenes of people peacefully protesting.
The reality is we see peaceful protests launching in Los Angeles. But remember, a lot of these peaceful protests are being generated because the President of the United States is sowing chaos and confusion by arresting people.
Idiot. What did happen in 1992 was so different from what we're seeing now. I mean, that was a real riot that went all across the city of Los Angeles after a verdict in the Rodney King case. This is a situation where the LA County Police,
Dana,
it's not good, but they're saying that they have it under control, and the president is sending national troops,
Dana,
federal troops, in a way that
we can look at
hasn't
this
been
and
done
we can
in a long
obviously
time.
see that it is not under control.
I believe that the LAPD has this underhand, and they are very, very experienced in riot control. So this is something that they can handle. We do not have to have the National Guard here. We certainly do not have to have the Marines here. This is a manufactured crisis.
Well, I think you just illustrated the double standard. And given that I was there on January 6th and saw an insurrection take place, the idea that what is happening here, is an insurrection is just false. And I think it is deliberately false. I don't think they're confused.
And they burned 3 cars on fire. Now, so to be clear, when people talk about the issue escalating, these individuals literally went to work. They went into their office and got into their cars. And that's what precipitated all of this.
These guys come in to take advantage of these moments, and that's exactly what we knew would happen. That's exactly what Trump knew was going to happen. That's exactly what his team knows. They helped create these conditions to inflame them. This is Donald Trump's mess. What you see in your nightly news is Donald Trump's making.
Who's supporting some of these rioters? Senior national correspondent William LaJeunesse is in Los Angeles with that aspect of the story. And look, William, if people just thought, oh, maybe that's imagination, there's video. There are receipts for this.
Yeah, I mean, the money's got to come from somewhere, right? I mean, sure, it's hard to turn out several thousand people on any given night. And so you're going to have the water, the riot gear, the coordination to get out all these demonstrators. You have criminals, you have professional agitators, and activists who support a variety of left-wing issues, and they'll take any opportunity to bash the administration. So one group behind the demonstrations is CHIRLA, Coalition for Humane Immigrant Rights. The IRS document shows $34 million in government grants, including 3 from President Biden's DHS for $750 grand. President Trump cut that off. It also gets state and city grant money for lawyers to fight deportations. CHIRLA spends $10 million a year on salaries, including $200,000 for the director, Angelica Salas.
So we are asking that everybody that got arrested today be released. That's right. We want
Hello, Chelsea Byers, proud mayor for the city of West Hollywood, a proud sanctuary city since the time of our founding 40 years ago. In early February, my community experienced homemade signs with the logo for the Department of Homeland Security and the phone number for the ICE hotline all throughout our entertainment district. We've been living in anticipation and fear of what is happening right now, and I'm proud to be here standing in solidarity with mayors behind me and from across the country who are standing firmly against the destruction and disruption happening to our local communities. Thank you.
The streets at this point to be safe.
Donald Trump needs to rescind his order, period. And then we need to go back to a process where we peacefully protest, where law enforcement peacefully organizes safe parameters of engagement, or at least parameters of engagement that keep people safe.
Get your hands off these poor people. They're just trying to live their lives, man. Trying to live their lives, paying their taxes. Been here 10 years. The fear. The horror. The hell is this guy? Come after me, arrest me. Let's just get it over with. Tough guy. You know, I don't give a damn. But I care about my community. I care about this community. The hell are they doing? These guys need to grow up. They need to stop. And we need to push back. And I'm sorry to be so clear, but that kind of bloviating is exhausting.
You're not trying to draw a psycho pension. You really are crazy.
As a mayor of the city of Southgate, I'm at whole with everything that is going on and how ICE is scaring our communities.
As mayor of the city of Vernon, I want to reaffirm our city's unwavering commitment to the safety, dignity, and well-being of individuals, regardless of immigration status.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Dr. Cynthia Gonzalez. I'm the vice mayor for the city of Cudahy, the Sela region, and although the raids haven't happened in our small city, they are happening in Southeast Los Angeles pretty heavily, and we stand united.
Chirla also founded the Rapid Response Network. That's the hotline immigrants use to report ICE raids. It will then text these alerts so immigrants can go hide and activists can stop ICE operations.
And so I was in a room yesterday morning, meeting with the immigrant rights organizations, and all of a sudden everybody's cell phones started blowing up. That's when we all heard about a raid that was taking place in Whittier.
So another organizer is SEIU. You see the purple there. They have 700,000 members. The union turns out big numbers. Others are simply there to bash capitalism.
The real workers, the working class is the one that builds this country. Yet it's the billionaires in power that continue to harass us and attack us and take absolutely everything from us.
Get the hell out of here. I got a goddamn
Obviously, this is a moment where we have to be on the streets all over the country to protest what's happening to our immigrant community, but more broadly to protest what's happening to our democracy. This is the most corrupt administration in the history of the country, and we are going to rise to this moment by being out there on the streets.
Operation Healthy Hearts, according to the New York Post, handed out face shields and riot gear to protesters. Now, their kits include a lawyer's phone number to get out of jail, and some of these groups could face prosecution for aiding and abetting.
They might think they're making the community safer, but they're not. And we won't put up with that, and we're going to take criminal action against those type of organizations.
So the bottom line is, Harris, California is loaded with nonprofits that feed off taxpayer money. They can turn on a crowd in minutes, and we're seeing that here, now that coordination in other cities.
Thank you to all the mayors who are here throughout California. And while you may see many of us, there are many more who are not here, who could not be here with us today, but who support this effort in being united together.
Good morning, Jessica Ancona, Mayor for the City of El Monte. Buenos días, Jessica Ancona, Alcaldesa para la Ciudad del Monte.
Good morning, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Brenda Olmos. I'm the Vice Mayor from this beautiful city of Paramount.
My name is Gil Hurtado, Council Member of the City of Southgate. Soy Gil Hurtado, concejal de la Ciudad de Southgate.
Buenos días, soy Pedro Chávez, el alcalde de la Ciudad de Santa Paula. My name is Pedro Chávez, and I represent the people, the hardworking people of Santa Paula.
Muy buenos días a todos. Me llamo Jorge Chávez. Soy el alcalde de la ciudad de Bell Gardens. My name is Jorge Chávez. I am the mayor of the great city of Bell Gardens out in southeast Los Angeles. Jorge, Jorgel. Thank you so much.
First and foremost, I would like to take this opportunity to educate the American people on what's really happening right now with these riots. So I see right now there's a lot of back and forth and finger pointing, but the fact is that there is a financial tie to these riots, tied to immigration, that actually leads right back to the Communist Chinese Party. Straight up, the LA riots have been organized by an organization dubbed PSL, the Party for Socialism and Liberation, funded by billionaire Chinese activist Neville Singham, who spends part of his year by living in Shanghai. In addition to that, although he is not a registered foreign agent, he accepts a lot of money from the CCP and then turns around and funnels it right into some of these violent protests that we're seeing. But it doesn't just stop there. This is not the only organized protest that's using brown people and immigrants as a ruse to push their communist and Marxist agenda. Mr. Waltz, thank you for coming in today to testify, or Mr. Walls. Real quick, is it true, yes or no, that you are speaking at the June 14th Twin Cities No King rally?
I can't confirm that right now. That could be true.
Okay. Just so you know, they're advertising you speaking there.
Okay.
The graphic's actually on X right now. I'd be happy to provide it for you, so I'll take that as probably speaking. Is it true also, I know on your campaign, that you had admitted to visiting China anywhere from 15 to 30 times, sir? Yes or no, please?
I did live in China. And
no, visiting, sir, in addition to living there and in addition to having,
that's correct.
All right, also too, I'd like to note that during your time in Congress that you filed for a $5 million earmark that actually was secured. $2 million of it went to the Harmel Institute that actually collaborated with the Wuhan Institute. Also, the Department of Homeland Security, sir, just so that you're tracking, actually had an internal memo that was released that stated that the government of China considered you a prime target for influence operations. I'm letting you know that now because I do believe that you should be made aware of, if you are not already, that you are working with and going to be speaking at an organization and rally that not is just funded by Christy Walton, the heiress of Walmart, but also has ties to the Chinese Progressive Association, largely funding it, that actually brags on their website that they are pro-Maoist. Also, too, funded by the National Endowment for Democracy. I know there's a lot of people on this committee that don't like billionaires interfering in politics, but say nothing when George Soros gets over $260 million from USAID through the last administration that's then funneled into some of these nonprofits and organizations. So I guess my question for you guys is, now that I've made you aware that these riots are not about illegals and they're not about immigrants, if they did, they would have been protesting under Barack Obama, who's also dubbed the deporter-in-chief. And frankly, I think many of you would say that Barack Obama was a good president. Are you going to say that Barack Obama wasn't a good president? Yes or no, Governor Waltz? Do you think he was a good president?
Do I think Barack Obama was a good president? I think he did a good job.
Okay, how about you, Governor Pritzker?
I think he did a good job.
Hochul?
Hochul, and yes, he did do a good job.
Okay, next. Perryman?
I think President Obama did a good job.
So then you would understand that Barack Obama had the very same policies, for the most part, on immigration that Republicans are parroting today, and yet you guys are sitting here saying that we're Gestapo. And what I would tell you is that what happens with open borders is that the real people that are coming here, the ones that are exploited, actually it hurts people on both sides, not just Americans, but the illegals. Some of you had said here to the actual committee that you are doing what you can to assist these people. But what I would say is that your policies aren't actually done from a place of understanding and sympathy. I would say that it's actually doing the exact opposite. And when you use brown people, just like they use black people with BLM and Marxists during BLM to usher that in, when you use brown people and you put Mexican flags with them saying that you stand up for illegal immigrants, but you follow the money and it's going back to the Communist Party, what you're essentially doing is using your platform as elected officials, the trust that the American people have put in you, essentially to usher in communism. You're not actually fighting for American values. Don't roll your eyes, because it's a serious topic and that's where the money's coming from. So now I'm informing you, so now you guys can make your decisions, but please be informed, sir, Mr. Walls, that if you truly do uphold the American ideologies and perspectives on the Constitution, you should not be speaking at that rally. I've given you the correct information, and as of right now, I've authorized a letter to be sent to my office to the President of the United States to rescind millions of dollars in funding that we know are going to the No Kings protests that were authorized and basically given under the last administration. That is what Congress is supposed to do, not point fingers, not blame people, but actually ensure that the American people are protected and not fighting for foreign interests, foreign governments, and also the communist.
Will the gentlelady yield for a question?
No.
I couldn't make this shit up. I couldn't make this shit up if I tried. I'm sad that I lack the talent to make this shit up.
left alone, my mind was blank. I needed time to think, to get the memories from my mind. What did I see? Can I believe that what I saw that night was real and not just fantasy? Just what I saw in my old dreams were the reflections of my Walkman staring back at me. 'Cause in my dreams, it's always there, the evil face that twists my mind and brings me to despair.